Hey, what's up you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, I'm Lydia, and if you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and join the growing family. We're aiming to hit 10k by the end of the year. I know we can do it, let's work together, raise awareness. Let's do this. So today is a video that I've made in the past, twice, but they're both shit. So I am today making a video talking about my mental health story. Full, in depth, so I have to do this. Trigger warning, I will be talking about eating disorders, suicide attempts, self-harm, all shebang. So, please be prepared for that. Watch it at your own, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know the word that I'm looking for. Basically, don't watch if you're going to get triggered by the talk of what I just mentioned. I was trying to use natural lighting and it faded on me. How dare it? So my story starts when I was 7. I was being abused by my mom, and in short, that made me turn to self-harm. I used to take the metal ends of pencil sharpen them, and I'd use them and that sharp objects to go like that. I didn't know it was called self-harm. I thought it was a normal way of coping. I now know that it's not a way of coping. It's very self-destructive and very addictive. Lessons have been learned. So that's when I started self-harming. The next big thing that really happened was when I was 13. I was sectioned under the Mental Health Act, and I was diagnosed with bipolar type 1 because I was experiencing a manic/psychotic episode, which really, it is what it is. My grandma's bipolar, my mom's bipolar. So, it runs in the family. So that was a pretty big deal. Then when I was 16-ish, I passed out in the middle of a science class because I hadn't been eating. And I had the BMI of 13.6. I referred to eating disorder services, who saw me twice before I turned 18. Because where I grew up, children's services ran up to 18 years old. When I was under eating disorder services, there was a conversation about hospitalisation, but I moved away to go to uni, so I got discharged. And I was too old. I turned 18, they referred me to adult services. Adult services were going to intervene by me going to this hospital. Then I moved away. Hashtag avoiding getting sectioned. So now we're 18 years old, we're at university, first university, University of Central Lancashire. Shit uni, don't go to it. So yeah, eating disorder services were not very helpful. Then I moved to uni, I put on a bit of weight because I had friends. In secondary school I had no friends, I was bullied. If you're interested in my bullying story, I'll leave that on my iCard. I'll leave this on my iCard too. There are 2 videos about my bullying. One as an adult and one through high school. I know I say high school, it wasn't high school, it was a private secondary school. But anyway, so at university, I started having really strong suicidal urges because I missed my family. which, I mean, who doesn't miss the family? My grandma came to visit me on the train, and I was 45 minutes late getting up, so I was late meeting her. It's because I just started sleeping tablets. So when I moved to Lancashire, this is when I started trialling medications. I did try a few while I was under cams, but I reacted badly to them, so I had to stop them. The first one was fluoxetine. I was 17 when I tried that, and nope. Oh, I got sent home from college 4 days in a row, and now I'm relaxing. I don't know how to explain my story because there's so many different elements in it. So, in Lancashire, basically I was suicidal, and I called the wellbeing office at the university and said I feel suicidal. They asked, "Are you home?" I said, "No, I'm walking around a park," which I was. And they sent security round, and then they called the police. Yeah, there's a lot of medication trialling. I saw an out of hours GP, and he started me on diazepam. So my first experience on a benzo was when I was in Lancashire. I was put on to diazepam 10 milligrams 3 times a day. And I continued that until I moved to London. But we're not ready to move to London yet, we're still on diazepam. About 2 weeks after I started diazepam, I overdosed. And I got taken to A&E by police. And I was on a section 136. So when I was medically cleared, they took me to a 136 suite. And I genuinely didn't know if I was going to get sectioned or if they'd let me go home, and it was it was the day before I was supposed to get a train down to my family to see them for Christmas. So I was praying they let me go home, and they did. They said that they think they could manage me better in the community than in hospital, which I appreciate. Then we fast forward a year, so my second year at university, I had a care coordinator, I had a psychiatrist, I had a psychologist, and I had a support worker. Did I just say support worker twice? I think I did. In my experience, medication is trial and error. Now, when I was in Preston, they tried me on Abilify. I reacted badly to that. They had me on propranolol. So, oh, fuck off, horns. So, fuck me. I hate living on Main Road. So anyway, back to the video, rather than me pretending to be a car. Never said that in a video before. I got sectioned twice, but that year was also the year I got arrested and assaulted by officers. That's something I don't talk about very often anymore because I got a lot of hate for it. But when I got arrested, I'm not a criminal, guys. The charges against me got dropped because they read out my custody record. Because they refused me bail because of risk to self. They had me sectioned because of risk to self. Yeah, why did I go? Because I called the crisis team and they called the fucking police. And I was wasting police time. I didn't ask them to be there. Ooh, it still angers me so much, that does. So that was on the 16th of June. June, because court was in July. So between that, I was sectioned before that, I was sectioned after that. And then I went home to my mum, and when we was on holiday in Somerset, I made the decision to withdraw my studies from the University of Central Lancashire. If you want me to make a video on why, the reason I dropped out of uni, let me know and I'll make that video. It's because there's more to it than I just didn't think I could study up there anymore. There's a lot to it. And a lot of reasons why I will never recommend that university. So, moving on. I then started at UWL, University of West London. Fresh start, didn't know anybody. Started from first year. First year went okay. I did get hospitalised a few times, which then videos are on my channel. If you're interested in psych ward diaries, as I call them, I'll link the playlist up there. Truthfully, I've been through a lot of shit. So my first year at UWL went okay. I did get sectioned once and I got thrown on the floor and beat on, but I've made a video about that. Again, it'll be on the iCard. So that brings us to when I moved to Kingston. Now, when I lived in Kingston, I was okay for the first few months. Then I got sectioned and I posted on Twitter, can anybody go to my flat and pick up some things for me? I'll pay you back. And that's how I met Becca. If you don't know who Becca is my ex. And we did loads of videos together. If you scroll down on my channel page, there's an LGBT one. You can check that out. There's Drive With Me's that we've done. Because Becca can drive. I can't. Still have no license. I've got a provisional license. I can drive. I can be insured if the driver's had over 5 years of experience. So that's why I was able to drive Becca in the car. But anyway, that's not my health story, that's just stories. Then it came to January and I got sectioned. I put on section 2, transferred to a ward. The ward itself was actually quite nice. I was on 1-to-1 the entire admission because of risk to self. I tried to break my neck by climbing the windows and throwing myself backwards. And yeah, that admission was traumatising, really. Because some of the staff treated me horribly. There's one staff member there that was lovely, that I saw again like the year after, when I was admitted. She was lovely. Honestly, 10 out of 10. So then we moved into a flat with Becca, and it was 2020. And I don't think I need to say this, but 2020 was lockdown. And it really fucked with me a lot. Because I was also having trouble with keeping food down. So I was relying a lot on my milkshakes. I had the 4-to-sip drinks. I'll put a picture on screen of what they are. I also changed antipsychotic during this time. I changed from quetiapine to haloperidol, which worked for me. And before you all jump on me and say haloperidol's a bad drug, I don't care. It does well for me and it keeps me out of hospital, and honestly it saved my life. So yes. I do take procyclizine because it makes me stiff, but that's it. If 2 pills can do that and change my life, I'll take the 2 pills. When me and Becca lived together, I tried so hard not to attempt suicide. And now, to be really real and honest, I was prescribed amitriptyline at 25 milligrams. I took it in the lounge and I took all of it, and then I went and got into bed with Becca and I just fell asleep. I hoped I wouldn't wake up, but that's what I did. Now, I never owned up to that. And now I think back, and what would Becca have done if she'd woke up and I was dead? So then we moved to the year in hospital. Yes, that's right, I spent a year inpatient. And there are plenty of videos on my channel from that time period if you scroll back a bit. I can't link them on the iCard because I've already used up all my slots. Truthfully, I don't think it's possible that my life could have gone any other way. But the year before I went into hospital, I took an overdose of insulin as well. And that was serious. I was restrained to have glucose because I would have died. It's scary when it gets close, when you actually get close to death. Ooh, relax mode. Boop. Boop 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 boop. Do 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 do. Nom nom. Do do do. Nom nom. The main point of me sharing my story is to raise awareness. Now, currently, I'm struggling with my weight. I've lost 5 kilograms in 3 weeks. Some days I'm not eating. Some days I am. My blood sugars have been low. And I got weighed this morning and I'm, what am I, 63 kilograms now? That actually makes it 7 kilograms I've lost. I am just trying to get down to 55 kilograms, which is a healthy weight class for me because I'm 5'2". Or for those who don't use that, I am 157 centimetres. I've left parts of my story out of this. Living in London is the worst thing ever when you're trying to film YouTube videos. Bloody hell. But yeah, I've left some parts of my mental health story out because I don't feel comfortable sharing. But just know that you're not alone in anything you're going through. I'm now 1 year and a month free from self-harm. And I'm 2 months sober because I had a relapse in December where I drank an entire bottle of vodka after 5 years of being sober. So that sucks. We went 5 years of sobriety just to have a bottle of vodka. And to throw up anyway, so it doesn't even matter. I was very drunk. I don't have any videos from that, but I wish my sister had filmed it because that would have been fucking hilarious. My little sister was my bodyguard. She was taking care of me while I was drunk. She's 11. She found it hilarious. She's never seen me drunk before. It's when I live with my mom, I never drink. When the grandparents provide vodka, I do drink. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. I'm sorry about how long it is. I had a lot to say. I hope this gives you some hope for the future. Things do get better. In May, I'll be a year free from suicide attempts. So, it is possible. You're not alone in any of this. Stay safe, stay sober, stay strong. Peace. Clouds colour in the sun. No biggie. I have a light.